Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 44 of the Virtual Podcast. We are running a little bit late today, but that's okay. Today we got news. As you probably all know, unless you live under a rock, Apple announced their VR headset, or AR, I should say. We're going to be talking about that. We're also going to be talking about the Quest 3 reveal, because those two big things happened recently. We got game highlights, we got world highlights, and most importantly, we'd like to thank those of you that are tuning in live to watch this podcast. We appreciate it. Now that that's all out of the way, we need to get to introductions. I am S'mores, and I am now Justin's twin, or Hangtight's twin, by the way.
You doxed me.
Might as well go to him now. I did. It's his name is Justine. It's Justine.
Hello.
It's Justine.
It's me, Stream Master Hang Tight. I'm still here. Yeah.
And
Against as well.
I'm here too.
Kenny's still here. Kenny's still here.
Kenny is here too, I think.
Yeah, that Kenny guy is still here.
Don't forget
Falcon,
about Falcon.
ladies and gentlemen. We have Falcon in the building,
There's a thrice somewhere.
and that is it.
There's
There's a
thrice
thrice.
around somewhere.
Syntyriel is behind the camera, doing a magnificent job. as
Named
usual.
correctly.
But now that introductions are out of the way, what?
He said Syntyriel.
I don't know. Y'all expect too much.
Syntyriel. I'm gonna do the proper job here.
Thank you, Kenny.
Anyway, since I opened this podcast, I am taking it by the horns. We are getting down to brass tacks, ladies and gentlemen, because we have a lot to cover. We are discussing the Apple headset reveal that happened earlier this week. It's a pretty big deal in the AR/VR space because, as you know, as everybody knows, Apple is the most bougie, the most posh tech creators of them all, and they're also probably the most expensive. Talk $3,500. Jesus Christ.
$3,500.
2 hours.
2 hours of battery life. I gotta say, any of you guys that are tuning in that aren't really in tune with VR or the AR space, take it from all these people here who spend quite a bit of time in that area. That headset is not worth your time. That's my opinion. I'm throwing it on the table.
Disagree.
It is. Not
as
worth.
I wouldn't say fully. I mean, $3,500 is really ridiculous.
So,
I have a friend who works for Apple and he's trying to get it, but like the 2 hour thing is bad. But I mean, if you look at it, that's only if you're on the go. Other than that, you can plug it in. You're set, though.
before we get to the opinions, we should probably get to the specs. In case some people live under a rock and don't know the specs of the headset. We'll go over to Kenny, who has the specs, I hope.
I do. So essentially, with the Apple Vision Pro, let's talk about. So Apple is one of those who are very innovating. You know, whenever they push the Gen 0 of whatever item they are creating, they usually want to be the very best. Yeah, at least marginally. With the Apple Vision Pro, they have 4K times 4K on each eye, so you have 4K vision. Not 4K times 4K. You know what I mean? 4K per eye pixels. All right.
A lot of
allegedly
pixels.
from a lot of pixels. Like they have the best screens in the world currently on any headset, and they did it for cheap. You know, their competitor was the Vario, and that's like a
$6,000.
that is $6,000 and even more if you want a high grade on that.
I think it's closer to $7,500.
Plus a monthly subscription as well. You have to pay for it as well. So that you know
actually have to.
Yes.
Yes, you have to.
To use the Vario, you need a monthly subscription.
Let me just drop $6,000 and then plus how much? What are we talking? $30, $50 a month?
I think it's more.
Conspiracy time. Apple
That's
created
ridiculous.
Vario to make a expensive, ridiculous headset to justify their price for their Vision Pro. Changed my mind.
Became a plot twist. They've created the Vario. Little did you know.
They did.
No,
They really
but,
did.
From what we can tell from the renders of the headset, so the Apple Vision Pro does have automatic IPD adjustment. They have they come with prescription lenses as well. They also have like we said, 4K per eye. Allegedly, this is not official. Like, none of these stats are official by Apple except the resolution on the headset. But allegedly, from people who have tested it, it seems that it has anywhere between 90 and 100 something, maybe in 105 degrees of FOV.
Standard.
Which is similar to like a Quest 1, Quest 2, even Quest 3. The best FOV headset today, I believe, is Pimax.
Yeah, it's Pimax.
But
It's a huge.
the huge ass thing. But you know, honestly, just 130 degree that you have on the Valve Index, you can see it. It doesn't. It is
Oh, yeah,
noticeable.
you still have the
so 130
goggle view or whatever they call it.
Oh yeah. You still.
I forgot what they called it, but the rings. You can see the black on the sides. Sort of
Unless you
tunnel
try
vision.
to get the thing really close to your head, and then they kind of go away.
A little bit.
As I
Yeah,
adjust.
kind of.
But
Kind of.
as Kenny is saying, yeah, the specs of this Vision Pro are very impressive. I mean, leave it to Apple. No one expected it to be subpar. But
Well,
I think
There is one more thing I should mention. Like, they updated the website on the power thing. So the Apple Vision Pro can be powered by an external Apple battery, quote unquote, for 2 hours. So you get 2-hour battery time. So anyone that claims they have that much time on a battery, you have to take away 20-30% of that. So less than 2-hour battery life you do have on this headset on wireless mode. However, you can use it tethered to an external power supply.
Yeah, I assumed they would do that, which makes it a lot better because their whole thing was, they're teaming up with Disney, and you got this best, like, if you're using it as a consumer, and you're using it at home, their whole thing was like, oh, look, these great movies, we're teaming up with Disney. And if you're stuck on a portable battery, you can't even make it through a movie. So I'm glad that they specified that you could be tethered to just a, power source.
Yeah. Sadly, it does seem that the current battery that they are offered, that they plan to ship with this headset, won't be hot swappable.
Oh.
So if you do power it wireless, you're going to run out of power eventually, and then you'll be like, black screen eventually. And then you're going to have to, cord it up. Yeah, this is what it seems like, because of the renders of the battery that they showed on during WWDC, the announcement. It only have one USB-C port on it. There is nothing else, and if you only have one port, that means you can't hot swap.
Yeah.
But what if you in that port connects another port that has multiple? It's like multiple and then connects to one.
What?
Like you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a USB that connects into the Apple, and then that USB has like 5 of them. And then you can connect 5 USBs into the port, and then that one goes into the headset.
But there's only one.
Incorrect.
Well, we should also mention the reason why these batteries that they're sending with it last only 2 hours is probably because it's drawing so much power from 2 processors. They have the M2, then
the M2 chip,
the R1 chip
And the
now,
R1.
which one is going to be all your, typical Apple, like Mac software processing. Then the other one is just for all the sensors. There's tons of sensors on it, which is what apparently makes it so, like they don't even send you controllers because the sensors, even if you're sitting here watching a movie, if you click something, it sees your hand down here,
It really is just an image processor. So most of the sensors that are on the Apple headset, like the Quest, is just hang on, my tracking. It's just cameras. So there's cameras all over the place on the headset, like around, inside, under, even to look at your hands. Oh my Christ! Like this elbow tracker is.
Anyway,
it's
continuing on, the Apple Vision Pro puts a lot of good power under the hood of that headset. So that's primarily where the price point is coming from, in my opinion. Especially their R1 chip. If it's built similarly to the architecture of the M2, you have essentially two M2 chips in a headset, and those chips alone are super expensive.
Not necessarily. Like, this is mainly just an image processor. So essentially what it's built to do is one specific task, and that is to recognize images to a recognition model. It's just a machine learning thing that they've built a model to recognize every single hand type in the world, so you can do blah 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 with your hand. From what people have been saying, that from testing this, they say it's the most snappy thing they've ever seen, and it's instant, and that's to be expected. So they probably now have the best hand tracking in the world with this chip. Like, it's custom built for this purpose. Whereas on the Quest 2, they do all of this recognition on the Snapdragon 2. It's good at it, but it's not custom designed for it.
Yeah, no, the technology behind the headset is good, but where my problems lie is if you are looking for a VR headset, the Vision Pro is not where you want to go at this current point in time. It lacks controllers, which are essentially needed if you want to play anything in virtual reality. It's inside-out tracking.
It's not marketed for that, though.
See, and that's where I thought it would be. I guess it's my fault for assuming.
You're mad because you wanted an Apple gaming headset.
I thought it could do both. I thought Apple was Santa Claus.
It honestly should be able to do both. Personally, I
listen. What if they push VR chat to the Apple Vision
Here's
Pro?
what I think. How
would you walk?
Here's what VR chat should do. Because they already have Android, and they said that they would like to push it to Apple. They should sell, a VR Chat Plus package, right? $50 one time, and you get controllers, little like dinky controllers or something that just allow you to move around. Because you already have hand tracking on the Vision Pro.
But there's no support for controllers on the headset already. How would you connect it?
Well, Apple is it's a software company. It's a hardware company. It's not, it gives this tool for people to create things on. So people, I'm sure, will find a way to put controller support in the games. Like, in the videos, you can already see that they're playing on a PS3 controller. Or a PS5, whatever, PlayStation controller.
That right there is where they lost me, because it's like, you have this headset on your face, and you're sitting with a physical controller and a fake TV screen playing a game. You could do the same thing without the headset on. If I want the headset on, I want to be playing VR games. And that, it didn't show it.
If they sold a package, say for $4,000, that gave you two controllers, would you buy it? And they branded it as Apple Gaming Vision Pro.
Two things. First off, I wouldn't be able to do this and move my controller behind my head because
what
if their
controllers had cameras on it?
I don't know how that would work, but maybe.
I don't
like the
think
Quest
that'll
Pro.
work very well.
Quest Pro does that? Oh. Well, okay, very well, that's fine. But also at the same point in time, why buy a $4,000 headset when you could buy an $1,000 Valve Index? It does a lot of
what
those
if
At
this?
that
what,
point, you
so
might as at that
here's
point you
where
might
I'm
as
at.
well buy like a fucking not the no field, like what's the big screen? At that point, you might as well buy one like that. I mean, if it's
But the big screen, yeah, it's $1,000, but it doesn't really have mouth tracking. It doesn't have face tracking. Whereas the Apple Vision Pro, to all best accounts and guesses and educated guesses from the renders, will have face tracking.
Face tracking, eye tracking.
It actually 110% it will be.
Oh, yeah.
You saw
And
them,
the screen.
you saw
for
them
sure.
FaceTime.
Yeah, and the screens in the Apple Vision Pro, if they're as good as they say they are, why would you want an index where you can see like pixels basically with their micro
Here's my
OLEDs?
problem with that screen or those screens they have in that headset. We're talking 8K, 120 hertz. If the nerds who have guessed what supply of the displays are right, it's 120 hertz refresh rate, 4K per eye. That means you have two 4K monitors that you need to push 120 frames each on in a rendered environment.
Yeah, it's 240 right there.
That's
What
asking a little
game
too much.
in this universe can this headset actually run on that
VR
resolution and that time?
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe
they
in
could
With
always
reduced avatars.
they could downscale the resolution. It is
I
possible.
mean, I'm pretty sure
Downscale
that
it.
will be an option because I mean, if you look at the index, you can change, each for your eyes. You can change the refresh rate. So I won't be surprised if in Apple in the settings that you can tweak with the settings because if you're stuck to that and you have it to a computer and you don't have a very good computer but you still need it, your computer is not going to do well with it because it's trying to push so much already as it is. So I mean, it should, I'm pretty sure there will be something in the settings where you can change your stuff. So, but I mean, that's
another big problem though that I have with the headset is this stuff wasn't previewed, and we're playing the hypothetical question. Well, what if it had this? What if it had that? It should have came with it in the announcement trailer, and it didn't. And like Kenny said as well, this is stuff that they didn't lie about. 4K screens on each eye, supposedly 120 hertz. I mean, you did have to be pushing quite serious hardware to even run a VR game. That's why I feel like there isn't going to be that much VR compatibility. They weren't going for it.
Probably
It's not a VR headset, it's an AR headset
It's not, it's an
at the end of the day.
But also,
That's fine for AR.
It's them
Well, yeah, 'cause
showing
it's
what
gonna
they
be
got.
for business use.
Because they've already been in development of other headsets, and we've talked about it before in this podcast. They have multiple projects going for different headsets. This is just showing what they could do, and they're coming out with this giant, and they're beating, like the Vario, which is made for, big corporations, AR, business, and they're coming out on top of that.
I guess you could consider me a bit of a boomer when it comes to this particular, because I feel like it's just a iPhone but for your face. It does everything.
Your index
VR headset.
is a PC on your face.
But can my PC do this?
It's doing it right now.
Well, I mean, essentially, but is the Apple headset is a standalone. So as he was saying, it's essentially an iPhone. For an index, you have to have a PC in order to run it. You can't just run it by itself. I mean, and a Quest is essentially an Android for now. But
because then it's
Quest
still
is essentially an
wireless,
Android, a mobile Android. But the Vision Pro is an iPhone on your face. It's literally what it is.
But that's the thing is Quest at least, and we'll get to the topic of Quest 3 as well. By the way, they announced the Quest 3 right before Apple announced their Vision Pro, so I thought that was a rather clever move, Mark Zuckerberg. But the Quest has more than just what Apple is offering with augmented reality.
Oh,
It does both.
I know.
It does both. And see, that's what I feel like they missed the ball on, At least Mark Zuckerberg understands that there is a market in the VR space. Apple looked at the VR market and said, it's not worth their time. Not, small fish in a big pond, and they left it alone.
Who uses Apple?
I mean,
though?
they make enough money off of their phones.
People who use Macs are usually using it for like work, or they're given a Mac by their work. They're working off of contracts. So what Apple, I think what Apple really wants to do is get companies to buy contracts for headsets for thousands of employees or something. Spread this AR technology amongst the workplace, get everyone working in AR. Then from there, they can progress to, here's a gaming plus work headset. It can tether to a Mac, probably.
But it's not here now.
It's not here now. No. But it doesn't need to be here now. It doesn't need to be here now because Apple just, pulled out their nuts.
To be honest,
it hasn't arrived yet to the VR fans.
I mean, if I'm gonna be completely honest, as it is, Apple has never touched anything in the gaming verse, like whatsoever.
So why would
their
they?
Macs and their I don't see them. See, that's another thing. I get that. No, it's never too late. But it's
Did you ever think that Facebook would get into gaming?
Yeah, when I started playing.
I would say yeah.
Farmville, hello.
I was gonna say yeah. I was gonna say eventually yeah, because literally
Apple
on
has
Facebook
the
itself
arcade. They have the arcade in their app store and all that.
They're not making the games.
But that's phones. But it's like for like Facebook, they have it on their website itself. Like you could play it on your computer, you could play it on the app.
Who makes
Apple?
the arcade?
They don't have. Yeah, okay, Apple does, but they don't develop the games.
Neither does Facebook. You think Facebook made Candy Crush? They did not make Candy Crush.
No, they didn't make Candy Crush.
No.
Listen,
But
okay.
if you
We're
see
getting
where
a
my
bit
point
carried
is, though.
away here. We're getting a bit carried away. We haven't talked about the elephant in the room.
What, Apple?
No, how it looks that it has a screen in the front.
Honestly, I don't
mind
like
it.
that. I don't like the whole.
Oh, I like it.
I don't know. I get the AR, but I've never personally been like. I don't see like. I know the difference between AR and XR, but it's like be able to see through it. Yeah, it helps because it's not going to be. But it's like at the same time, I think of VR headsets for gaming. I don't see it for whole business and everything.
The Vision
so
Pro
it's like,
is made for work. The people that are going to be wearing the Vision Pro are probably in warehouses or something where they have their own dedicated app to show them products when they look at a product and it's like, boom, here's this, here's your inventory, blah, blah, blah. And when you're walking around, like, say there's 10 people in your office or whatever, and you're all wearing these things to make life easier, and you look at someone, it's nice to see their eyes. It's not for the gamer who's like, sitting there playing, like they showed basketball.
Justin, you're absolutely right, and I'm not taking that away. But I was looking at it from a gaming VR perspective. The Vision Pro does not check those boxes, but that doesn't mean what they do is bad. It's not bad, but if you're sitting here, watching people in a virtual reality game discuss news related, I feel like at least where I'm coming from, I'm not going to be ecstatic about an AR headset in a VR universe.
No.
On that topic though, so we do not know yet whether or not the Apple Vision Pro won't have Windows support. It could be there is a tiny sliver of hope that Apple will be, all right, yeah, you can use it on Windows, on Steam. Go for it.
For that,
it could
no.
And the only hope we have for this is that they officially announced that their engine of choice is Unity.
And also,
that doesn't mean
might I add, Windows also now has support for your iPhone, basically. I haven't done it with my own computer, but you can link it through Windows You can get all your
Mine
messages.
tells me only Android.
All your pictures.
What?
Everything.
I didn't know this.
No, you can get everything.
Phone link, yeah.
Yeah, phone link. You can get your text messages,
definitely checking this out.
pictures, everything onto your Windows computer.
Well, okay,
Yeah, the
Windows
app
can
is in
port
Microsoft
to your Apple phone, but can your Apple phone port to your Windows? I don't think they're backwards compatible in that regard.
Why wouldn't they be able to?
I mean,
Why wouldn't a creator be able to?
Because they already are
I
now.
mean, if
They
anything,
are.
it's like if you're just doing it like a regular way, plug it into your computer. It's a USB. I mean, it's the same way as that. I mean, if you can't do it that way, I get that. But like, if you're putting files in, I mean, I won't be surprised if they still require the USB method.
Plug your iPhone into your computer and try to play Destiny 2 on it. Go ahead.
No, obviously not that. You know what? You know what? Stop it.
What?
Damn it. No, obviously. I mean,
Listen, Sin, could you play the ad for Apple Vision Pro? And we can watch it.
I thought this was going to be a
But,
discussion
Andy,
about tech.
I will say this.
Maybe
And
we
I know
should have started with the trailer.
You were trying to do it live. I did message you about it, but apparently there were YouTubers. I know a YouTuber. His name is a Wolf in VR. He does like VR games and stuff like that. He streamed the WWDC, and he got a copyright strike from Apple itself.
Yeah, but we're playing the ad now, not the entire
No,
convention.
I know, but you were trying to do that, and I said it's a good thing you didn't do that, though.
Yeah, that was a good point, by the way.
See, I will say this. I do like it for that aspect. Is you can still be aware of your surroundings, though, too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know, 'cause
Business employees will use it, and people in first class will use it.
Okay, it's made for them though.
Oh, that is okay. I didn't know
It's
that.
not made for someone in economy class. Sorry to say.
But like like having like say like our index, like it's hard to see out of this. Like maybe you can see a little bit from the bottom over by your nose, but it's like you're always walking into stuff. You're always tripping over stuff. So like when it comes to that, I like the dial method of being able to shade out your surroundings and stuff. Your chest. Oh, never mind. Your stuff is.
Well,
Your foot is broken
that
too.
advertisement showed pretty well what the headset is capable of and what Apple wants to focus when it comes to this augmented reality space. And there's nothing wrong with that. Granted, what Justine says is absolutely true. First class people, business people will most likely use this to help enhance their day-to-day experiences in the workplace. But when it comes to the average consumer, just draw back not even 5 seconds ago to watching that advertisement with me. Most of that stuff that you just saw, you can do already on your phone. Why spend close to $4,000 on something that does what your phone is already capable of doing, but just cooler? It doesn't make sense to me. I understand.
Sorry, go on.
I mean, I understand they say, the price point is competing with the Vario, but that doesn't mean it's okay that someone made a headset that's $6-8 grand. It's still preposterous, ridiculous, regardless.
I will say, I mean, like you said, the price is ridiculous, but like, and you can do all that stuff from your phone, but also I see it like, say like you're not good at cooking. It can, point out, if it scans, what your environment is, it can show you exactly how to like, cut a certain thing a certain way.
It didn't show that though on the advertisement.
That's for apps, that's for developers to do. But there is something here that I want to share some intel. According to some renowned Asian bloggers, the bill of materials, the price for all the mats you need to make this headset is $1,800.
So why doubling the price? Oh well, actually, you know what? Don't answer that because then again, it's Apple.
Listen, it's
the
Apple.
shipping
So
costs,
Apple is not a software. They don't make apps. They don't give you subscription fees. They are a hardware company at heart. They make hardware. And in order for them to make money, they have to have high hardware prices. Now, they didn't do this on the first iPhones or whatever, but they did keep up in the price point all the time just to make sure that they were able to, stay afloat and increase the revenue.
One thing I liked, Thrill Seeker's video, he compared it, and a lot of other people's videos, they compared it to, remember the first iPhone? Blocky, chunky thing. People said, oh, why would you want that? Like, I want buttons to press. Look at us now. We're all on touchscreen phones.
Yeah.
And this is their first version of an AR headset.
I'm going to chime in for a second and agree with you, but at the same time, the first iteration of their iPhone isn't as good as to where we're at today. So we're talking about the reality that we see, which is the Vision Pro in front of us. We're not talking about Vision Pro 2, 3, 4, 5. We're talking about the one we see now. And it's just not there yet. I don't think you need to be an early adopter for this technology unless you really, really feel like your workplace can utilize the improvement, which then again, you're going to have some backlash amongst the employees because not everyone is adapted to wear a screen on their face for a very long time. Just saying.
Especially the older generation too. Like, I mean, as it is, I'm not hating on them. Like, I love older people, but it's like, even like, I went to Best Buy yesterday because I had a problem.
To all the older people out there watching it, Falcon loves you, by the way.
Falcon loves you.
It's like when it comes to like technology, like they don't understand it much because they're not used to that stuff. So it's like if you're giving an older generation VR headset, they're not going to be used to it compared to like say like the newer generation because they're already used to being in front of screens. They can get the gist of it very well and understand it very quickly, but it's like the older generation, sometimes they don't even know how to turn on a phone a lot of the times because they're not used to
I
some
tried
of this
sticking
stuff.
my mother into a Quest 2 headset and she lasted a grand total of 10 minutes. So I mean, good luck trying to adapt to the older generation.
That's
I know,
more
right?
than my mother in drinking night.
I know.
Yeah. I've tried to get my mom. They at the mall they used to have a VR cafe. She knows what it is. I mean, I think she's had my Quest on before when I had a Quest back then, and she thought it was pretty cool. But my mom is still younger. She's about 40, so she's still part of that younger generation. But like, if I gave it to my grandmother when I was playing a Quest for the first time, I accidentally whacked the shit out of her. But I tried to explain to her, it's like I can't see through
whacked your granny.
I accidentally did it because she was walking by me when I was playing Beat Saber.
Well, I'll have you know.
While I was playing Beat Saber, she thought I could see her, but I was explaining to her, I can't see anything. It's a giant TV screen in front of my face, so I can't see anything.
The television is on my face.
I was gonna
my mother thinks I'm antisocial and woke.
My mother thinks that too, but she started to think that when I started to play WoW when I was 12 years old, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that's not new.
My mom will say
we're getting off topic here. We're getting off topic here. We have a lot to cover.
We do.
So, that being said about the Apple Vision Pro, it does do two things best in the world. Displays, check. Tracking and gesturing and all of that, check. Probably, allegedly, we cannot, this is unconfirmed, the last one. But to all accounts, it seems that they do these two things the best possible and the best in the world currently. The rest, we have no evidence to suggest that they do anything better. Like, sure, if you have such a high fidelity screen on your face and whatever, you can watch pretty good movies on it, sure, but can it do anything else? I mean, imagine your Valve Index, like you're running two almost 2K displays on your eyes at 144 hertz. You can't even pull that on a 3080. Well, you can. Honestly, you can in most games. But in VR chat, if you go to a very populous lobby, you can't. You really can't.
I mean, as it is, I mean, they dropped their first iPhone back in 2002, 2001. I mean, if you look at it, we're in 2023, and the technology they have gone advanced. I mean, as S'mores was saying, we are now. I mean, I won't be surprised down the line, if it gets 10 times better, because now this is their first stuff. But it's then again to the point where VR has been in the business for a very long time, for a while now, and it's like they're just hopping on this trend now. Why? Because I see Meta doing pretty good with it, because it's becoming a famous thing and a lot of people are developing it. It's like they could have made this a while ago and they probably could have been booming with it.
So,
like, kind of why now?
What I think will happen, and we should move on to the Quest 3, since we are almost 40 minutes in. We're over 40 minutes in, but what I think will happen is Apple will capitalize on productivity in AR and VR. If you have an Apple headset, you are working, you are, trying to, fit more into a day to be more productive. But if you have a Quest, sure, maybe you can do that, but you're probably more than likely have the Quest to play games. So Meta will have the gaming side of the market, and Apple will have their productivity side of the market, which they kind of already have separated in, Macs are for, software developers and, all this rendering, and meanwhile you have main PC users use it for gaming. And with that being said, we should probably go to the Quest 3 specs, which have been come out. I guess we can probably start with price point. I think they said it's going to come out with $500.
So, okay. In comparison to 3,500.
In comparison to 3,500.
Yes. Very big difference, and it still has a lot of capabilities that the Apple Vision Pro has.
It does. And it might do it half as good, and that could be perfect for the everyday user. And while I'm saying this, the Quest 2 users out there, your Quest 2 will not be irrelevant because they will be sold alongside each other for a while. Just as like the Quest,
it'll be like the Quest 1 situation
was. So you'll still have your support, all this, when the Quest 3 comes out next year. But your Quest 2s will also get cheaper, so more people can get into the cheaper side. But
I want to chime into that though.
They are $50.
I want to chime in about that.
Hold on. Of June.
Whoa, okay. When the Quest 2 first came out, it was $300, and then they raised the price on us to $400.
Yes.
And now that the Quest 3 is coming out, they lowered the price back down to $300 again. Mark Zuckerberg, wherever you are, that is shitty business practice, and it won't stand.
No, it's perfectly good business practice.
I mean,
it
he's still.
It couldn't have stayed. It could not have stayed at $300 because they were losing money on they were losing money on everything they sold. When the Quest 2 first came out, to make money, they should have been selling it for $600. You know how many people would have bought it for $600? How many people would have bought the Quest 2 for $600 for a Christmas present for their kid?
Probably not a lot.
Not a lot. Instead, hundreds of thousands, maybe I don't know the stats, millions, bought it for their kids for $300. Got these kids into VR. They're all in the Black Cat right now.
They were building a space. They were building a space. They were building
a
user base.
Next year,
iPhone, just like
next year, you know what's going to happen?
Facebook, Instagram.
You know what's going to happen next year? These kids that have the Quest 2 from last year, they're going to be like, "Oh, Mom, Dad, can I get the Quest 3 for Christmas this year?" Like, "Oh, sure, I can forge up the $500." Those kids are going to give or sell their Quest 2s to other people and grow VR even more. VR gaming.
Yeah, that's why it should have stayed at 300, because they would have had a greater yield than raising it to 400 and then going back. It makes them look weak.
I get that.
I think the way they were
in a. I mean, I get that, but at the end of the day, it's still unnecessary. But the reason I did, Facebook was losing a lot of money, so they were trying to fork out whatever penny they can get. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the whole $300
They weren't losing money. They just were. Their shareholders weren't happy. They were perfectly fine on money.
No AAA company has burned more cash off, like not revenue, liquidity faster than anyone else in this century than Meta has. So you have to hand it to them.
Money
They burned so much liquidity. It's incredible. It's such an investment on their part.
I'm gonna say something, and it's gonna open your mind. Did you pay for your Windows license? Did you pay for your Windows license?
Did.
What about you? Did you pay for your Windows license?
I don't have a
I mean, technically I did, yes. When I bought my pre-build, technically I did.
It was $20.
The one I'm on now, at least.
It was a $20 pro license.
Let me tell you something. Exactly. He's starting how cheap the Windows is. Most people, I'm not going to try to dox myself, Bill Gates, if you're listening, but a lot of people, maybe me, maybe not, I don't know, got their Windows license for free because there's many of ways to do it. They sell those for cheap to get you into their space.
Yeah.
And then that's when they get you. And that's the whole point of them doing it. So keep the price low.
But no,
I
here's
mean,
the
I
thing.
understand when you're on track.
They already got their first customers. When they raised the price, no one was buying the Quest 2 anyway. Other than people who were like, oh, all my friends have it. The sales for their headset were already down. So they raised the price.
But it
stayed
makes them
down.
look weak.
But now they have this new headset. They're going to get returning customers. Then you're going to get people buying Quest 2s. Other than those people with Quest 2s, are going to be like, oh, there's a Quest 3 out. They're going to buy Quest 3s. They're going to be all the way up here. I think they're doing an amazing
time
move.
frame.
Oh, yeah.
That time frame when they raised the Quest 2 price to $400 was a complete waste because we're still at the same spot we began. Quest 2 is now worth $300.
Last year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
For like 1 year, they raised the price.
I bought my Quest back in 2019. The Quest 3 the Quest 2 has been out for how many years? Since 2018, 2019?
Like a year or two.
The Quest 2?
Objection, badgering. We need to get up the price here, and we need to get on other things. All right, so we have a lot to cover today. I'm sorry.
The Quest 3 is 40% smaller. It is tinier. The tracking is better on it. It has more cameras.
That was debunked, by the way. On Reddit, somebody measured.
It is smaller. They said it's smaller. It's flatter.
At one singular point on the headset, it is 40% smaller. Elsewhere, not so much.
Does it wrap?
I mean, lengthwise, but lengthwise, I mean, you don't want it to be widthwise. You don't want it to be smaller because it already hugs your face good enough.
No, not width. Not width. We're talking length. It's just one singular point on the nose cap. That's where it's 40% smaller. Elsewhere, it isn't. It's just a little.
But it looks so small. When I watched the video, there was a size comparison. No, I'm not mistaken. It was flatter.
Yeah. But no,
it was like almost probably the size of
it is smaller, but 40% is the wrong number. All right, there's a median here you need to look at. Anyway,
regardless,
so as to the known specs of the headset, there's a lot that is unknown. We do not know the field of view, FOV. We don't know the weight. And the price is $500, starting from $500. It will probably be something more with controllers or whatever. Who knows? There will be backwards compatibility to all controllers. But it's rocking the next gen of the Snapdragon processor XR2. It has 2K on each eye. It's LCD, 120 hertz, and that's all we know.
Depth sensor.
And it's a standalone again,
it has a depth sensor.
Depth sensors and color pass-through as well.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie. For $500 price point, that is pretty
but
good.
What does it not
have?
have?
When the specs come out more,
face tracking.
Face tracking.
Face tracking. See, honestly, when I was waiting for the Quest 3, because I want face tracking so bad, so when the Quest Pro said they had it for the price, it was unnecessary. I'm like, I'm not getting it for that much. But when I heard the Quest 3 out, I was hoping for face tracking so much because it's something like you think that the Quest would have out because they already done it on their Pro. So you would think that they would put it on their Quest 3, but it's like, I mean, granted, and they didn't say anything about it, so who knows, down the line things could change because not all the specs are released, but who knows, maybe down the line they might be like, oh, you know what, plot twist, secret, we're adding face tracking. I mean, that's always a possibility just because it's not released, not everything is announced about it, because it was just like a teaser trailer kind of thing. So we don't know fully everything about it. I mean, that can always come up as a thing. I'm hoping it does, because as it is, I mean, I want wireless again, but like so far it doesn't sound like it sounds like an upgrade from the Quest 2. Like
it's a slight upgrade, which accounts for its price. It has a better processor, maybe not much better. It has better screens. It's going to have better pass through all this. Where was I going with this? I had a point. Oh no.
And at that point, it seems like it's a good time to go to a break.
Wait. I had a point. I swear, I had a point.
The adverse.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. Let's play the Quest 3 ad.
Oh, here's my point. Here's my point. Both of these things, unlike what they usually do, Apple likes to announce things and have them ready for you, the next quarter. Like Meta, you would think the same. They would have it ready the next quarter. Both these headsets available next year. They have a whole year to maybe go into it, change specs, change something, add something, take away something. So
yeah, so they still have time to add stuff to it.
These things still aren't out yet.
This put me on a path here. So, do you want to know why they did this? It's because they have opened up. If you want to, you can get the Apple Vision Pro for free. Absolutely no charge, for free. It'll be sent to you. No charge at all. If you're a developer. So what you can do, you can apply on Apple's website for the dev kit. And you'll get the headset sent to you. You get to keep it. And you just start developing. And allegedly on Apple's website, the barrier for entry is quite low. All you need to have done is to develop stuff for VR previously. And as far as my lawyer ass is concerned, all here apply for that.
Shoot, I might. I put PNGs on this thing. Developer.
All right, now you want it, huh? Now you want it.
Now you want it.
I mean, listen. We heard the word free. F-R-E-E, and that spells free.
But that's just
that spells free.
I just wanted to put that thought in your head. It's still a year out, and it's not all finalized.
But developers can get it now.
There has to be a catch for it, though. There's no way they're just going to give it a free. You have to probably do something for Apple. No doubt.
There is no catch. From what I read on the website, there is no catch.
If you made Flappy Bird or whatever the heck the app was, or Fruit Ninja, you can probably get a dev kit. So who's to say? Who's to say someone who hasn't created, edited an avatar for VR can't get a dev kit?
No, listen. Here's how it'll go down.
Or maybe someone who's made an entire world for podcasts.
This is how it'll go down. Like they will look at all the applications. They will see all the things you mentioned that you've done, and they will be like, yeah, we need this dude because he did that, and we'll need this guy. So they will cherry pick people that are the most likely to make something good for their platform. That's what they'll do. And if you have any iOS experience whatsoever, that'll be a huge plus.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you've worked with iOS for years and you've actually developed apps for them, no doubt about it, you will. If you tell them that you developed this app and it's one of the,
commercial
like
time.
a really like used app, no doubt you'll choose for it.
That looks.
Yeah, it is
what
slimmer. I told you.
But you
I
see,
told you.
no,
It's
no,
the
no,
wrong number. Reddit
no,
has debunked it.
yeah. If you see there, they cut off a lot of plastic on the far sides of it, so it looks slimmer.
Make your move, go ahead, switch it up. What you gonna do with the power?
I don't know how I feel about those 3 things in the front though.
Need them.
You're not gonna see them when
It's
you're in there.
for pass through and depth.
Yeah. I mean, it makes it a lot better, so you don't have all the cameras on the side though. And then, I don't like
Those controllers do look nice. Well,
Yeah.
But you can't do this.
And you can't do this. Out of the box,
Dude,
at least.
Oh, you mean the floppiness? So it's not that slim then.
It is slim.
It
Calm
is
down. It is slim.
slimmer than
So
an
you're
index.
gaslighting me.
No, it is slimmer
No,
than an
it's-
index and a Quest 2, but it's not like right in front of your eyes slim, you know?
It's not Apple Slim.
It's not Apple slim.
Because the way it seems like from that video, it's gonna be like, as slim as almost the Vision Pro. Like
Nah,
that's
that's
how it
an
like
ad.
seemed like a
That's
little.
an
Go
ad.
in during break, go into the video and pause where they show them side by side, and you see where they've basically just chopped off plastic on the side to make it look a lot slimmer. All the processing and
Mhm.
computing
Oh,
power
instead
are
of a
still
curtain.
in the same. Yeah, like there's a curtain that wraps around your head. Instead of doing that all in plastic, they cut it off and did that just in the foam piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you mean. Okay, never
So
mind.
if
I
you
know
go
what you
in,
mean.
it
That's
does
different.
visually. By the way they did it, it looks like half the size. But no, it's still all in the same space. It's probably almost. There's probably similar
Okay.
parts even.
Never mind.
And for a closing here, rate the commercial. Who did the best commercial, Apple or Meta?
Apple is next level. Honestly, I feel like their commercials
Apple's
are
is
great.
more advanced. Their stuff is more advanced compared to Meta's. Meta's,
I
compared to Apple.
I think Apple did better because.
Who do
So here's why I think they
I
did better.
disagree.
Here's why I think they did better though, because it's new to Apple. But Quest, I feel like I've seen that commercial before for a Quest 2.
Yeah, it seems like they've done that for the Quest 1, the Quest 2. They always seem the same when it comes to. Now, when Apple did it, they had a lot more shown with it. I mean, granted, it's just a small trail, but they had more shown to it on what it was being done with actual users and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, okay, that actually swayed me. I'll vote Apple now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like the use of apples more, it's shown more compared to the Quest. The Quest is just it shows the game.
It's not actually used. It seems like all of it is pre-rendered and everything. Like it looks
yeah,
like
exactly.
pure propaganda. So that
Compared to Apple.
That's the other thing is.
all right, I talked myself out of it. I vote Meta. Anyway, we need to go to break. We need to go to break. All right. After the break, we'll have a world highlights and game highlights. Maybe we'll pick up either or discussion here about Apple Vision Pro or the Quest 3 if we feel like we forgot something after we've gone and disposed of certain fluids. But before that, we need to do a break. All right. So do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It has been rather hectic for our little break, but we are back on track to discuss the next segment of our podcast.
Don't worry, clean up
Game
your suit.
highlights and world in the face. Oh, okay. I'm not shedding that much, am I? Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Anyway, yes, that is correct. We are going to be discussing game highlights first. Now, I am going to pass the torch to for Kenny of House Barbie to discuss his game highlights.
I swear to God, the cleaning crew here, they're just excellent. They don't care.
Oh,
what's going on. They're just getting in here and
can we
clean.
thank cleanup crew real quick? Cleanup crew,
Yes,
get in front of
yes.
this camera. Get in front of Kenny.
Can we blame Justin?
Everybody
He
give
made
him
a
a
mess.
round of applause.
He dropped all
Round
the
of
cheeses on the
applause.
floor. He spilled
Good
his
job.
drink, and we got cleanup crew to here to clean it up because Justin wanted
That
to make a
is
mess.
wonderful.
I'll lift
Hey.
my legs. I'll lift my legs.
That is wonderful. Thank you, you guys.
Get it
Thank
all.
you so much.
Falcon
That
ate
is
chips.
just-
Oh, yeah, you should probably clean his
No,
chair.
I didn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
his
no,
mouth, too.
no,
Clean his
spray
mouth.
bottle.
Fine.
Thank you,
Here-
thank you,
There you
guys.
go. There you go.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
You know what's great about robots, ladies and gentlemen, is they're free. We pay them absolutely no money whatsoever. You heard me. Get out of here.
And they listen to everything we do. Except for that one. I don't know about that one.
I'm sorry. Okay, we'll pay you. We'll pay you.
That one would pay free, but the other one I don't know.
I tip
They're
them.
gaining sentience, ladies and gentlemen. We have reached the conclusion of ChatGPT.
I will talk to the cleaning company and ask them to change up their schedule because it won't work if they come back up. All right, but anyway, we do have game highlights today, and
We do not.
we do.
We never do.
We do.
We never do.
We do.
Well, let's do it.
We
We'll
do.
go first.
I'll
Let's go,
start
come on.
with my game
All right.
highlights. So my game highlights is
You're
called
next.
VR Giants. VR Giant is my game highlight. It's a game that is VR and desktop, so it's one of those. So you play as a giant kind of, and it's a puzzle game. As a giant, your job is supposed to help the desktop player to complete the puzzle. So you do control the environment in 3D, while as the desktop player is in 2D. Which is an interesting twist on everything. So you're kind of moving bits about and just, I don't know how to explain it. You're just a giant. You look like the Iron Giant from that one movie that died and said super
Iron Giant.
Are you talking about the Iron Giant from the pop movie Iron Giant?
Yeah.
Is that called Iron Giant?
Look how cute it is.
That's actually pretty fun looking.
It's very nice. It's very nice.
Oh, it's not even out yet.
It's not out yet. Yes, it's coming to early access soon, 14th of June. So look out for it. It looks incredible. Like if you have a VR headset and your friend doesn't, this is an excellent game for you.
We approve.
Anyway, next game highlight. I want to save yours to last. S'mores.
Hello, I'm S'mores. I have a game highlight for
Poor
you guys.
Justin.
And Dallas.
You know what? Cheers.
And that game
Since you wanted to
highlight
be-
is... Sorry, Falcon is interrupting me. I'm going to continue speaking anyway. I have a great highlight for you wannabe fighter pilot aficionados, right? Because I am showing you guys the game that will fulfill the need of being in the cockpit. And I put emphasis on cockpit.
Whoa!
Because that's what it is.
Whoa!
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, red flags on the YouTube
And I
algorithm.
use the joystick to fly around
I don't like the way he's explaining stuff.
to VTOL VR. You gotta press buttons and look
Stop
cool.
doing that! Stop doing that!
I mean, it is rather extensive with the amounts of detail that goes into this. You're flying a jet.
Oh, it's VTOL. I still want to get this.
This is actually a really good VR game, by the way. It really is.
Yeah, this is one of the games that are on my wish list.
If you play this game, you will know how to fly a fighter jet. And with
No.
a tiny disclaimer there saying I legally
play
cannot
DCS
tell you
and
that
you
you
will know
can't.
how to play a fighter jet.
Well, who knows if you ever need to fly a fighter jet?
Well,
you might as well practice.
if you base it
We're
off of
working
that,
for the
if
aviation
you
and
want
doing
to,
training.
if you want
I
to
got my
hop in a
training.
plane and be able to fly it, don't base it off of this. Base it off of DCS. But this looks much more fun than the experience I had in
Much
DCS.
more fun, yeah. Absolutely. This is a game that holds your hand kind of and tells you what to press and what to do.
DCS is more of a simulator, kind of like full on in depth. This is more
Kenny,
of
it
a
doesn't
kind of
hold
fun
your
kind of
hand, it
simulator.
holds your joystick. Let's be real
Stop
here.
talking.
Oh my
Stop
god,
talking.
alright,
Stop
next
talking.
game. God damn it.
What's wrong with you guys?
So, what is wrong with you? So, actually, I just watched yesterday someone play this game, and I'm still continuing watching them play it. My game is called Killer Frequency. So, this game is actually really interesting, and it's something different that I saw. But I'm watching someone play it, and what it is about is you are a radio host on a talk show, and there is a serial killer on the list, and you become the 911 operator while also being the radio operator. So it is a puzzle-based game where you're helping people get out of different scenarios for being, a 911 operator trying to escape the killer. You can, mess up at times. Oh, there goes the Roomba. You can mess up at times and you can get people killed, or you can save their life. But the game still continues even if you lose. So it's a choice-based game, essentially. It is really interesting. It is really cool.
What if I don't want to save the town?
Hello, caller. You're live.
I mean, you can get everybody killed. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's just like in the podcast, except we actually have a studio.
They have a studio too. What do you mean?
How do we start this baby?
Hey, look around you. How much better is that?
But they also have you go around the office and go to different areas to try, like the one part you have to help a lady hotwire a car. So you have to leave the radio room and try and find something to save her life and see what she does because she didn't have her keys. But it's a really cool game, a puzzle game, and it's really interesting. And like I said, I've been watching a YouTuber play it, and it's actually really cool.
I like it. It's
Definitely
very
silver,
nice.
Yeah, I like that.
Very nice,
I like the
very nice.
graphics. I like it's not like trying to be realistic.
it's cartoony. It's not. I like when games are like that because they just seem better than if they're realistic or like they have like another
This might be a
I
hot
don't know
take,
how to.
but I think
explain
VR
it.
games should be more like that and less realism.
That's
Save
what I
realism for
think.
real
That's
games.
what I think because like games like that, they just seem more fitting when it comes to VR. To me, they seem more fitting because it's just more comfortable. It's not too much to put on your eyes at times. It's cartoony, like if you're watching TV or something. It's not too much.
Until technology catches up.
Yeah.
I'd
Like
say
with
that.
Apple's 4K
Like
display.
with Apple's 4K displays.
They're gonna display Angry Birds in 4K.
all right.
Actually, that would be
We'll
really cool
speed
playing Angry Birds in
the
VR.
second half along. We'll go to my game highlight.
This one is good, by the
No.
way. I swear. Sin, you better have picked that one trailer.
It is crazy kung fu. If you've ever been sitting there and you thought to yourself, I wish I was an anime character doing kung fu, this is the game for you. All right? I honestly with that right there, I should be sponsored and I should be their main spokesperson cuz it is.
I don't like where this is going.
It's like a
I don't like where
workout.
this is going.
It's a workout, but you're also, doing kung fu, you're fighting, things. And here's your there you go.
Is it it's not. Oh, okay. I was thinking, is it full body compatible? That'd be really cool.
Wax on, wax off.
I think it's made for the Quest, so probably not full body compatible.
Oh, okay. That would be really cool though if they implemented like your legs and stuff like that too. That would be really cool.
No high kicks. He just ate wood.
That wasn't the
You've never had
that wasn't the
eat
preview
wood?
I watched, but the preview I watched there was a lot of like real people turning into anime characters and
You want
fighting.
the other preview?
Yes.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
said no to that.
Yeah, if you could do that main one where they turn into anime characters, that'd be cool. That
We don't have time. We don't have
all
time.
right, we won't
So
do that.
You're
We
gonna
won't
have
do
to.
All right.
So we can note that there is a cinematic trailer to this.
The cinematic trailer
It's really really cool.
Kenny, what are you talking
Cinematic
about?
trailer.
on Steam.
Kenny,
It's
we
just
have all
the
the
main
time in the
video.
world. Kenny
The
doesn't want to
real-time
see it.
action one. We don't have time. We don't have time to do 2 trailers for 2 games. All right, we're already
You know
over
what?
the clock.
It's the same game though. It's
It
not 2
is.
games. It's the same game.
All right,
It's not
ladies
2
and
games.
gentlemen, we are on to world highlights. That is correct. If you are a fan
Indeed
of
we are.
VR chat, we have some worlds for you to see. Go ahead and
We
check
do
them out
not.
next time you log in. If you are in it right now, currently, go ahead and check them out. We are going to be starting with Lord Kenny himself. He is going to be the first to show his world highlight. Kenny.
Now, my world highlight is a train station. Actually, a legitimate one.
Can we change?
Wait, have you seen that guy on
wait.
TikTok
I
who does the train spotting?
Oh yeah. With the
With
mouth.
the
It's like,
camera
"Oh,
camera
this
right here.
mouth." It's like a locomotive named that.
I love that guy.
But this is like a Korean. It's set in Korea. I think it's a depiction of an IRL train station somewhere in Korea. The world is called
Bepsi.
Hwabon. Yeah, Hwabon. Hang on. Hwabon Night.
Oh, there's a lot of people there.
I've been to this one before.
Recently.
I had
this one is such a nice
conversations with
world.
I've had conversations with Korean people here before.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. And also, like, the train arrives every now and then, and it just, you hear the announcement that the next train will be going to blah blah blah, and the next train will be going to blah blah blah, and the one after that, and it's just so realistic because they do the Korean one first, then it comes the English one, then the Korean one, then the English one, and it's just so good. You really feel like you're at an actual train station. And I got very confused at the end because I didn't think there was going to be a train arriving, but it did, and I just like, oh wow, it's a train. And I was like, the train spawns a portal in front, and I felt a little bit silly, but yeah, I entered the portal, and I'm like, wow, this is cool, but this is a different world. I can't really do this as a highlight.
But it's cool that you showed off the capabilities that the world has. And I think that's rather unique that they have world portals that spawn and despawn
Listen,
with the train.
the real question is it Amtrak though?
You're an
No.
Amtrak.
It's Korea, dude. Calm down.
I'm kidding. Damn it. Take it down.
Okay,
Your world
moving
highlights.
right along to the one and only S'mores,
Justin.
we have the most wonderful world highlight to show you. Have you ever wanted to live in suburbia or live in suburbia currently? Wonderful. Have you ever been by a lake house or want to live by a lake house? Wonderful. And I have the world for you. It's called Suburban Lakehouse. Let's take a look. You start off in a dock in a nice summer night. The crickets are chirping, the birds are sleeping, and it is just peaceful and zen. You come to the site of a nice pool with a fireplace going. Honestly, it's very comfy and relaxing, I must say. It reminds me of the wonderful summer nights I shared in my younger days with my family. You have a big screen TV. You could watch any YouTube videos that you want, I'm pretty sure. It has a whole bunch of rooms for you ne'er-do-wells.
Even a gym room.
Even a gym room. It's just overall a really cozy aesthetic, honestly. If you and your friends want to spend a night in VR chat and just kind of talk the night away, this is a very cool place to be.
I'm gonna
Plenty
advocate.
of bedrooms.
I'm gonna advocate against this world. The last time I was there, the Lully PD raided this house and found many people breaking rules.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, that the Suburban Lakehouse is remaining safe by the LPD themselves. The Lolly Police Department is keeping the area safe. It is
Safe
very, very
environment.
safe.
Safe.
We got a little ghost, dude. We got a ghost now.
Justine, your world highlight. Oh wait, no.
Yeah, we're on a Falcon.
You know what? No,
Sorry.
no, you know what? No.
Wow.
You know what? Just continue to do it since you want to skip me. You know what?
Wait,
Justin, go ahead. No, that's fine. Justin, go ahead. Go ahead.
Wait,
Watch your
Your
step.
Honor.
You're gonna step on the ghost. Watch your step. What is wrong with you?
Your Honor.
It's not the after show, S'mores. Get out of in front of the camera.
Your Honor. I plead
Move your
conspiracy, okay?
I know you're excited, but take it to the after show.
Holy cow, it's serious.
It's not serious.
It's morning voice serious.
Hang on.
He's just woken up.
Okay,
I'll save this little ghosty.
Okay.
Come here.
So,
Come here. Come here.
Oh, we got a little ghost.
Come here.
can you sit down?
Come on.
Yeah.
Come here.
Come.
So, the world I chose.
Can we show the camera what we're seeing here?
Is called the Midnight Villa. What are we doing?
I didn't kill it.
I was hoping to show the camera this little ghost here.
Pay attention, we're playing the trailer.
You've seen the
for
ghost.
Falcon's World Highlights.
This world is actually really nice and soothing. It is a Japanese world, and it is.
Thought it was Brazilian.
It's beautiful. Shut up! You know what, smartass?
My ass is
It's just
smart.
really nice. All right. God damn it. Yeah, never mind. You know what? It's a really nice.
I bet it knows what
It's actually
cockpit
pretty
to
big.
sit in, huh?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
joystick to
Falcon.
play with. Why are you saying me? We're talking about you.
No, you're not. I know you are, but what am I?
Look at the showers. Like, what's up with that?
I've been in a sauna like that before.
It's a sauna.
You're right.
You mean, what is
A
that?
sauna.
It's a sauna.
Yeah, what do you mean
the
with a
deal-
sauna like that? That's just a sauna.
I know, but that one is like the one I go to.
With a hot plate?
Moving right along. That is a Midnight Villa, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful, beautiful world. If you like Japanese aesthetic, go ahead and make sure to check it out. Anyway, Justina, your world highlight, please.
Hello. This was sponsored by this little ghost here.
We're sponsored.
You all chose these. Sorry. These cozy worlds, right? Well, how about we
Yeah.
turn it and flip it 180? How about, what if you want to let go? Oh gosh, hiccups. So sorry. What if you want to go kill things? And you want to feel like you are back in 2013 in the age of Nazi zombie. I just got us canceled.
Nice going, Justin. Nice going.
Honestly, now silence.
It's just stop talking.
You can't stop.
I have hiccups and I can't stop them. Zombie survival. God,
Yes, sir.
I had nothing to do with this.
it's all your fault. It's all your fault, right? Alright, zombie survival. It's Call of Duty Zombies.
In VR chat.
Yeah, this
In VR.
When I played this, I felt like I was playing Black Ops or Black Ops 2. It gets very hectic very quickly too if you don't.
Oh yeah, it gets real bad.
It is exactly. It plays exactly like Call of Duty Zombie Mode, including down to the crawlers.
Oh yeah, it's so exhilarating. Like only this, like just the sound effects of Call of Duty just being played, It's so good. Like, due to copyright reasons, I bet they haven't played these sound effects in the trailer, but they're there. Like, the original sound effects from World at War are there. Like, the original ones.
And this
Until they play the fetch me their souls.
And
then
this-
you're then sending us.
I'll
children
give you
on your sword.
something effect, Falcon. Anyway.
their video is also in
What is
desktop
wrong with
mode,
you?
which I feel like does it very injustice. When
You
you're
can
actually
do
when
it
you're
if
actually
were
in
VR.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You can grab
that's
two
it.
shotguns and
We had quite an eventful podcast today. There was a lot of information to go around. There was a lot
You got us
of
canceled.
juicy little details. You guys canceled. That I hope that you
That was
enjoyed. I hope that you learned something. I hope that you had a laugh. I hope that you
Hey,
enjoyed
we
your
have
time.
plugs.
What are you doing? We're not done. We didn't do our plugs yet. What's wrong with you?
My plugs are no plugs today.
No, because I have a plug. No. You can't do that. You can't skip that.
All right. We're doing plugs. Fine.
Can you believe this guy?
Falcon,
He's
what's your
trying to
plug?
skip your stuff. What is wrong with you? All right, you know what?
My plug is no plug.
My plug is called Hillshire Farms. Now, if you know what it is, I love kabasi. If you know what kabasi is, you might know what kabasi is.
It's a
'cause you're-
type of
I have
woman.
no idea. Is it a kebab?
No, it's not a kebab. It's a sausage.
Serious? I know you're back
Of
there.
course
Do you
he
know what
likes
the
sausage,
sausage
ladies
is?
and gentlemen. You heard it here
You know
first.
what kabasi is? Wait, hold up. Wait,
I know
serious,
what
do you know
that
what
is,
kabasi
and I don't like it because
I have no idea what you're on about. What
Okay,
the fuck is a
so,
kielbasa?
okay.
Exactly. Type of
Kabasi
sausage.
it's a Polish sausage, and
I'll show you a
God damn it.
Polish sausage.
What is wrong with you? Why are you like this tonight?
Continue.
But it is
Mhm.
Polish. Kabasi is a Polish sausage, and the one I got is pork. And Hillshire Farms, I've tried theirs, and it is actually really good. So I eat it like a hot dog. I put cheese, I put some onions, I put some ketchup and mustard, and it's really good. But that's my
Yeah.
plug.
Okay. Justin,
All right,
what's,
you know what?
what's your plug?
Screw you.
My plug is
Just
Alpha Greens. Makes you poop better.
AG1?
what's that?
No, not AG1. It's a competitor to AG1. Alpha Greens is better.
Oh, is it?
Is that your deodorant?
No, it's a powder you put in water and you stir it, and it has like tons of vitamins and stuff, and like vegetables and all this stuff put into it. And
Oh, healthy stuff. All right, lame.
Yeah.
That's cool though. Honestly,
You like my
I mean, I
Kabasi
was
better, Ken?
thinking
Alpha
about
Green.
getting AG1.
Yeah, I do.
but
if you're bad,
Greens.
if you're bad at eating your greens and eating
Clean
your
up Greens back.
veggies, Alpha
The
Green.
cleanup crew is they want to take the carpet out here, and before we do that, we have to get the two last
Stop
plugs.
doing that.
And so my plug today is gonna be Biltema. All right, it means car topic, directly translated. So it's just it's not what it sounds like. It's a hardware store. They have everything and anything and anything and everything, and it's your place to go for cheap stuff straight from China. Be that a bit to your drill or a snow plow. So anything in between. S'mores, your plug.
Yeah, I actually do have a plug. You
No, you
don't
don't.
even
We're
be
skipping you.
sorry because it's amazing. Shout out to Southern Palms Mazda for hooking your boy up. I brought my car in today for service. Turns out that it was a little bit more complicated than I thought it would be, right? I was already there for a couple hours, so they told me, you know what? We're going to keep your car overnight and keep it for the weekend. We're going to work on it. In the meantime, how would you like a brand new premium Mazda CX-5 to roll around in on through the town today? And I said, you're goddamn right. So your boy's whipping in a nice premium CX-5 right now. They're a great dealership, honestly. I love them all to death. They're very nice people. They're very accommodating. So shout out to Southern Palms Mazda. Anyway, that is all the time we have for today, folks. Go ahead and bring it in. Come on,
David,
ladies and
can you come
gentlemen.
here there real quickly? David.
Bring it in behind the
No.
camera.
Cleanup crew just wants to do their job. Cleanup crew just wants to do their job.
No.
David,
No. I don't
Get-
put a reverse card on me.
Closer.
No. Not on the live television. Oh, God damn
How does
it.
it feel? You always do it to me. How does it feel?
All right, I need to do the closing now. All right, sweet.
I'm sorry,
Thank
bro. You gave me
so
this
much for
power.
watching the 44th episode of the VTOL podcast. Especially thanks especially thanks to you who are tuned in live. We're done for today. Hope we'll be back next week, but during the summer we'll be having a more uneven schedule than usual due to vacations and stuff and family, who knows. But we'll be back. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.
We love you.
It's like they're talking to me.